I say, how you doing today? How are you doing today? Y'all already know it's your host, Lacey G. Souldier Turner. And today I got a very, very special guest with me, man. Listen, this guy, he's an actor, he is a writer, a playwright specialist, American theater, film, and TV talent. He's known for writing powerful musicals and real life plays. He's an entrepreneur, a performer, a director, a musician, man. He do it. Look, I can keep on going on, but we'll run out of time for this. So, without further ado, I want to welcome to the platform the wonderful, amazing, talented Joe PEK. Welcome to the platform, brother.
Come on, man. You better give an intro. Hey, give an intro after the intro. I said, let me give a clap for that man. Intro.
Salute, salute. So you got something great popping up. But before we get into that, I want to let the people who don't know you know a little bit about you. So can you let the people know where were you born and raised and how was your upbringing as a child?
Yes, sir. I am East St. Louis homegrown. I moved out over to St. Louis after college, SIUE, studying uh, art and design, theater and music there. And I come from a huge family. I come from a huge succession of just greatness. From my mom, my dad, blessing us growing up the way that we did in our church. If anybody know about Levi King, Levi Two King, my dad, Marvin King, they did a lot as far as just creating that type of artistic vibration out of East St. Louis, actually stemming from my grandfather, whom I really didn't have the opportunity to meet, but somehow a lot of people still compare me to him. So that's a blessing in that as well, Calvin King. And so just having that opportunity to kind of see art unfold in front of me, especially with this spiritual index behind it, it helped perpetuate or excuse me, propel me to where the how I see music, how I see art. It goes beyond just saying words. If it does not come with a feeling, then we gotta go back to the writing room. So yeah, I've been in this game for about 20 plus years. Traveling all over the nation and some instances the world, just spreading my gifts where I can spread my gifts, and where and from a one man show, some things that people may know, real life musical, which was what really kind of like catapulted a lot of things for me when I was in St. Louis. But Issues of Love with Kendra C. Johnson, there was Respect My Shoes that I worked with Phoenix Bell and Andrea Kelly. I mean, the list goes on. Through the Eyes, Meeting at the Elder Circle, my one man show, A Deeper Shade of Blues. Like you said, it
Okay,
goes
keep it,
on and
keep
on and
it
on.
going.
Yeah, man. So, but now I'm here in Atlanta because, I want to just expand it even further. St. Louis they continue to take me to different levels, but
Okay,
I did hit a bit of a wall as far as what I wanted for as national attention. I thought the best thing to do was to kind of move beyond that and see what I can do. What can I collect outside of the region? And it's been real good for me. So, Atlanta, I birthed a theater company out here, New Works Theater, which also is like just the brother sister company of JPEG Creative Works. So you see that JPEG Creative Works Theater, that's me, JPEK Creative Works. So yeah, and now we're here working and teaching and all of those things. I said I'm probably gonna give this thing maybe another 5 to 6 years here at the school, and then I'm gonna break out and really kind of like just immerse myself into the acting and the film world, whether it's writing, performing, whatever. It's just like I'm gonna come back around to all of it in a stronger way.
come on over here, Joe. Just get it. All right.
Yeah, yes sir, yes sir.
All right. So look, speaking of that, like you said, you in Atlanta now, but you always stick to your roots. So you coming
Yes,
back
man.
home
Yes,
September 27th at the Grandale Theater at 3 p.m. You coming
yes.
with a great gospel musical. You know what I'm saying? It was written and composed by you. Can you tell the people what made you want to do this? What made you want to create this? What made you want to write it?
Yes, sir. I've done. Wait, I got a crazy catalog of work. And one of the things that my mom, she often said to me, she's like, Joel, You are the only one I know that has the ability to do it or have people like shout at an R&B concert. And I was like, it ain't me. I just put people together and let the spirit do what it's gonna do. Man, I tell you, I ain't gonna ever forget that day, boy. The doc exec did ain't never been the same since. But it ain't. But so with that, I just going back to my roots. My gospel roots has always been there. As a songwriter, as a singer, and as a composer, like what is it that I want to be able to deliver? So I've been working. These are songs. Some songs are brand new, and some songs I've just collected from other shows that I've worked with to help script and or produce. So I'm like, what about this compilation? And then the initial thought was let it come from like the book of no, it's like this was my album release, so to speak, that I was going to do. But then God put it on my heart because even my cousin Levi too was like, "Hey man, like you put some more stuff that I can like use in the church. I'll get behind you a little more." And he had definitely have kept his word in that way. So yeah, so I was like, well, let me go ahead and do that. And then I had some people here in Atlanta that was looking for some work for a church. So I said, okay, and then maybe it's just more than it's just songs. So that's why God gave me when God gave me the vision to add like these sermonic interludes in between this to kind of give the bread before the wine type situation, you know. So so we're feasting for real in this thing, and it did, and it worked. Like when we did it July 12th. So it's what we're about to experience is an encore performance because it resonated in such a impactful way, and so now people are like can we get it again? And not only that, I have one of my good friends who is a promoter, there, Drexel Stith of DPS Promotion, and said like hey, he's been working with me, watching, following me for years, and we've just been waiting for the right project. Real Life was the one we were going to start, but when I hit him up this time around, it was really by accident. you know it really was. He thought he was I was just talking to Delilah, my managing director,
Yes.
and I said, man, that show did something that was crazy. How I moved in the room, God, like God was just present. It was crazy. I said, man, if we could just get some promoter behind it, and who knows what can happen. I promise you, while on that phone call, within like a minute or so, Drexel accidentally texts me because he accidentally texted me. He was looking for one of his other friends.
Yeah.
Not because talk about property. Because then he started sending property, and I'm like, what? What was going? He said, "Oh man, this Joe, man, I've been trying to get here. It is. We're in contact with each other. Yes, man. Then we got on the phone. We started talking about this thing. He said, "Oh man, let's do this. Let's just figure it out." And so that's how September the 27th came back for encore performance. So if people missed it the first time, or even want to get a little bit extra dose, this is the opportunity to do it. A great gospel musical, exclusive encore performance. And we say that because the goal is to reach our audience here in St. Louis, and then we taking it outside. We setting it up for the come up, man.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah. So let me talk about this. Since you putting this on, you got some of St. Louis fighters talent coming. So can you tell the
Man.
people about the talent that you got that's gonna be performed?
Brother, let me tell you. So I'm gonna go on with Olivia Neal. She is she's a has been a rising star. It's just now we have an opportunity to really get an opportunity to see what she offers in this show. Just the way she delivers from the drama dramatization of things, from the singing performance. It's ministry. It's ministry. You got Herman Gordon. Oh my God, you say no more. That man got a whole choir in his throat.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. You got True Nisha Combs. Anybody know the soulful sounds of
Salute.
that woman right there?
That's the homie.
Man,
That's the homie.
the whole, I mean, real one. When she just let out, she only got let out a word, and it just
Right.
does something to the room. We have Nakia King, my sister. She over at Bible Fellowship. What's that? Gateway Bible Fellowship Church. Uh, we have Tish Period
Our
that's
other
coming
homie.
on. Another one, another one. Come on. Gonna come and bless us with a feature spot. Gabrielle Moore. That's my family. He's gonna come bless you with some songs. We have Allie Mae's music. I'm sure that's another one of yours.
Another, yeah,
You know,
I know
I mean, the
about.
list goes on, man. It's really a magical experience what we're about to like take on. Then we got Amos Isaac, the legendary Amos Isaac of these and them. He was people may know him from Rapture, all of that. These again is a collector. So Glenda Fox. I mean, I can keep going on and on and on with the name, and then not to mention Jaji Bachili of Afriki Lolo, West African Dance Troupe. They were not with us the first time around. So they are here with us the second time around. And if anybody have ever come seen an Afriki Lolo performance, you talk about something that adds the extra vibration to that spiritual experience. Y'all want to be there.
Dope, dope, dope. Hey, listen,
Yes.
man, he dropping them Joe. Listen, y'all better come out to this.
Hey,
But
I'm
look,
telling y'all. I'm
let me
telling
ask you this. Let me ask you this, Joe. Look, what can people expect to experience in this musical, and what separates this from other gospel music?
you know, the first thing I would say what people can't expect is that you're going to feel something.
Mhm.
Like I don't care where you are, wherever you're walking life, between all the songs and these sermonic interludes, it's going to touch you in some way that's going to bring your attention to what's going on that stage. I can guarantee you that. I don't care if you are 8 years old, if you 80 years old, it's going to resonate in some way that if you have any type of relationship with God, this is the moment of proof. Um, and what was the second
What
question?
separates this from the other gospel
What separates this? I call it like, you know, some people may come with the idea of the traditional sense of a gospel musical, where you have your protagonist, your antagonist, and it moves in that way. This is not what that is. If anyone's seen shows like for color girls who committed suicide when the rainbow was enough by Intozaki Shinge, if anyone ever seen even vagina monologues, just how they set that up, it's a choreo poem, you know. But as my friend helped me kind of categorize it, it's a sermonial poem, like it's a, you know, so it's like you're going to get these different nuggets that are going to be implanted, but it's also going to be the music that's going to help shift you to the next zone and to the next zone. It's going to be this beautiful ride. I tell you, when we did it this last time, to see what happened after Act One was something outside of anything that like I've even experienced with my previous thing. I've gotten like the great applause and the wows, or whatever, but to get it to where it just ends up being a borderline praise break, you
Dang.
know. In that kind of atmosphere, the R&B thing was one thing, but like this one was like, okay, we doing something a little bit different. So it's just like I say, you come in as a completely open vessel, surrender to the situation, whatever it is that you're going through. And this is a moment like you can really, like when we say cast your cares, you can say bring your cares to this thing, and you will walk away with some type of resolve, you know, whether you're empowered your own spiritual attitude, or you helping you know now what to do to help empower somebody else's. Is that kind of musical.
But hey, listen, man, look, you got me on. I'm ready to go now.
Man, look, your name on the list. Your name on that list,
Yeah,
Lacey.
so look, let me, I want break this down. It's to me it's self-explanatory, but you said this. You said it is a celebration of gospel, community, and theater. Theater is a hallelujah good time. Break that down to people.
Yes, yes, it's a celebration, man. Like because here's the deal: even though all the songs are original songs, written by me, composed by me, but also supported, accompanied by Keith, who also arranged the instrumental. Keith Fowler Jr. If anybody know him, he just did a remarkable job helping to bring this thing to life in that way. It's a celebration, man. So whether you are come for with a more of a traditional ear when it comes to gospel music, or you come with a more modern ear, I promise we're going to deliver all of that. And then I done it in a way to where even the because it's in original music and the way that it is, there's some lyrics that stick with us. You know, one of the opening songs, "I'm gonna lay my burdens down." If you've been to church, everybody know that. I don't care if you're
Fact,
Methodist, Baptist, Pentecostal,
fact.
you know that. Uh, this is the day the Lord has made. You know those words. You know, just expect a different melody. That's it. You know, so it does all of those things. It gathers our thoughts. It's going to be something that touches us. It's going to be something to even heal us. I tell you, man, after we got done with that first act, we could have stopped the show. We could have we could have stopped the show because we couldn't even catch ourselves, man. We had to get out, run off that stage. And when I tell you that level of celebration that went in that back room, just to be like, because you knew God was present. You knew
Mhm.
God was present, and you felt that. And the people in the audience felt it because what we were screaming in the back, you still heard folks screaming in the auditorium as well.
Mhm. Look, hey,
Yes,
look, hey,
sir.
hey, man, y'all better get y'all tickets now. Speaking of that, where can they go get their tickets at, Joe? Let them
You
know.
can go now to jpek.org. Just J as in Joel, P as in Patrick, E as in Edward, K as in King. That's me. jpek.org. And you get your tickets. They're only $45 for this exclusive event because we're videotaping this. So if you want to be filmed, you'll be caught on film. So you bring your tissues for your issues. You know what I'm saying? Because you're probably going to need that. You know. Bring your little makeup kit so you can go reapply for Act Two. So all those things, just come prepared because it's going to be that type of situation.
All right. Come on to y'all Sunday's best. So look, Joe, let me ask you this. You've been doing a lot of things. On your journey, what would you say has been your greatest challenge?
My greatest challenge is living outside of of what I perceive to be the promise.
Mm,
And I say that to say that in my head, 25, by age 25, I was supposed to be a superstar.
mm.
Like across the world, people were going to know who I
Facts.
was.
We
Yeah.
always believe it. Yes.
Right? And
Mm.
then but then there was grooming that had to do. I didn't because I didn't know what I was doing. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Even though I thought I knew even though I knew what I was doing. It's like
Facts. Facts.
you
Yeah.
ain't never done no you just started producing, you just started writing, and you already ready to go up there. I'm like, so that was hard, like living inside of that particular reality, because at some point I had to receive that I had growing
Facts.
to. At
Facts.
some point, I had to receive that God is doing a slow push with me because there are some necessary nuggets that I need to get implanted.
Mm.
Because I can honestly and truly say I'm not the actor today that I was
Right.
20 years ago. I'm not the writer today I was. I'm not the
Right.
director I was. So
Mm.
it's just like I had to learn to live in total surrender,
Right.
even with everything that might have that I saw as an adversary.
Mm.
It's like, no, you need to open your eyes to what that is around you as well. You need to open your eyes to what I'm trying to create in you is awareness.
Right.
And spiritual awareness is one thing, but I want you to be totally aware.
Right.
You
Mm.
know, because when they say it make no good for us to be so spiritually bound that we're no earthly good. So I need you to be able to share because the things I'm about to implant in you, the things I'm going to give you, the purpose and the position that and places I'm gonna put you in, you need to be ready for all of it. And
Right.
I'm gonna start with your cast. I said my cast.
Mm.
I'm gonna start with your cast. I'm gonna bring you some of the rawest, the most like doggone good talent, and just gonna force you to cast them.
Mm.
And then I'm gonna force them to cast their cares on you. So now you learn how to be a leader in this in a way that you ain't never. This ain't just about you creating, my friend.
Mm.
This is about you ministering. This is about you pastoring. This is about you growing things inside of them as you grow things inside of you. So I'm
Mm.
gonna give you all of that. So be ready. And that was the hardest thing because
Mm.
there was sometimes I wanted to like let that go because I'm like, God, this I don't want it to be personal like this. I don't want people in my business like this, like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then in order to get to, you got to go through, my friend.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna just put you there because
Right.
when I align you in the way that I'm going to align you, I need you to know. I
Right.
need you to know better so that you can be able to heal better, so that you can be able to see better, so that you can be able, all those things. Because especially when I look at where we are today and how the idea of Christianity, how spirituality has been manipulated into this monetary gain
Yeah.
that
Right.
is just about this. I'm like, no, that I don't. God, I want the riches. I want to be able to take care of my things, but I want people to know you. I want people to feel
Exactly.
you. I want
Right.
people to understand like this heart is a real thing. I'm not just trying to take people money. I'm trying to help give something unto
Right.
because this is what you gave to me to give unto. Honestly, like it's just That's where I am. And so getting to this place to where the funny thing about it, when I first started this, it was genuinely about the money. My friend and I, we had just graduated from college, and I said, you know what, I want to, let's make some money. So I knew I had a play that I had written when I was 16 years old, bro. And now I feel like I got, like, a little bit more under my belt because I've been to college. I know what to do. I know how to do this. So we get started doing this. And the shift happened when that first stage read, and I saw this whole catharsis that's going on. People are purging before my off of reading this script. I'm reading this script. What this what's going? Oh, you know what I'm talking about, bro.
I
Before you,
definitely know what you're talking about. I
yes, I was
definitely
like,
do.
this thing is bigger than me.
Yeah,
Okay. So
yeah,
now I gotta mature in it. That's something, because I grew up a little shelter boy, like in a sense. It was church, home, and school for me. And I was committed to the Bible, you know. But I also had to understand that there was some rooting that needed to happen outside of that book. There was conditioning that needs to happen outside of these laws
yeah,
that we're supposed, outside of religion. I need to bring you not to not I need to set spirituality in you,
yeah,
because God is beyond all this. So God is of this and inclusive of this. So how do I need, but I need you, and I need you to know this.
yeah.
I need you to be that walk that shows relationship. I need you to be the true walk of Jesus Christ. And my mom and I talk about that all the time. I'm like, when people talk about the walk of Jesus,
Mhm.
Jesus didn't go around doing all this.
Nope, not at all.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, it was like welcoming the people. And I might not do what y'all do, but I ain't about to sit up here and keep on like throwing stones at y'all. You
Facts.
know, if anything, I'm gonna love y'all into wellness. That's what my mom says. You gotta find your well place. I'm gonna love you into your well place, because what I understand my mission is that God allowed me to see some things when you walked in this room. So my responsibility is not to like make you feel bad about it, but it's like, how can I help you? How can I be a better neighbor to you? How can I make you family? Because that's what that's it's supposed to be about, community.
Facts.
How we community when we sit up here like condemning and throwing people away. We can't do that. We can't do that because we all come from all different walks of life. You
Hey,
know.
look, I got you feel look,
Yes,
Joel over here giving a sermon. I'm feeling it.
man. Look, I got.
I'm feeling it in the inside. I'm like, keep on. Like you
I
know,
told you. I told you. Experience that life.
man.
Life. You you
You
ask
touching
you
my
asking all the
soul,
right questions,
bro. You touching my soul listening to it, bro.
man.
Yeah, bro. Like I've been through that. Everything you just said, bro. I've been through it, bro. So,
I know
uh,
you have. It's part of it's part of the path.
yes. So
You
let me
know.
ask you this, Joe. On the flip side of that, though, what would you say has been your greatest accomplishment?
Whew.
I know it's a,
Ah,
you know it's a lie.
yeah, right, right. Let me think about that a little second. I would. So there are a lot of things I'm very, very proud of.
Mhm,
Right. I
mhm,
think the greatest accomplishment um, in it was realizing that I made it,
mhm.
even outside of, again, that reality
Yeah.
that I was living. And it took a bit of a conflict that got me there, that helped me live that reality. When someone said to me, um, "You've been living, you've been doing all this stuff. You're trying to make it. You're trying to make it." And I said, "Oh, trying to make it." And I had this one moment where everything that I did just just started like playing in my brain. I said, "No, you can't minimize God like that, bro.
Yeah, facts.
You can't minimize God like that. I'm not gonna let you
Facts.
do me like that. I'm gonna let you do my God like that,
Facts.
because now somebody need to teach you gratitude."
Facts.
Because
Ooh.
the truth of it is that even in those positions, I had to learn to be grateful, man. I have to learn to like take those things, because y'all can see them as small wins,
Mhm.
but those were wins. If I'm honest with myself, some of those moments I didn't know it was gonna happen, but it happened. And God kept throwing more and more and more at me. So when the greatest accomplishment was realizing that I was accomplished.
Mm. Woo, man.
That brother.
That is a t-shirt right there. Woo!
The greatest
Awesome.
accomplishment was realizing that I was accomplished. Yes, it
Man,
was.
man. I
And
love
yes, it is.
that. I love that.
Yeah.
I don't have to use that. I like that a lot, man.
Come on.
That's very powerful. Now, look, Joe, let me ask you this. What advice would you give to, like, somebody trying to come up and, write plays and all this type music and all of this?
I say stay in it. Stay in it and stay in it in truth.
Mm,
You know,
mm,
if you don't have the ability to quiet the noise or decipher, discern what you really need to take in, then be careful putting your ear in the position to listen. But if you have already been in that conversation with God and you understand what you need to do and who you need to be in that moment, then be open. Because one of the greater things in life was understanding what everybody needed in one room. And that's how I end up creating. Because I didn't mind you taking my script and you taking my script and you taking my script and you coming back with all these notes and saying, Joy, what about this? What about this? What about this? Okay, I'm a visual artist, right?
right.
So being a visual artist, I learned that I have this ability to build collages. I know, so if I can see it, then I can also become it. I can figure out how to place it. So you give me enough nuggets and tell me like where the ins and outs, and then I see what the consensus, like what are unanimously, where do we find ourselves, then I know where to go. But again, you got to have that. And if not, just stick to your truth. That's
Mm,
it. If you cannot marry your truth and everybody else's, just stick to your own.
mm.
Stick to your own and make your truth will happen.
Listen, man, Joe. Look, Joe gave y'all a whole book on this interview today. It's a
The
whole
book of
book.
Joel, boy.
The book of Joe. The book of Joe. Look, Joe, you got anything else coming up that you want to promote?
You know what? I just say keep your eyes and ears. Continue to follow us on jpek.org. My Facebook is Joel P.E. King. Instagram is joelpatrick.jpek. All of those things is continue to follow, because like between here, meaning Atlanta and St. Louis, there are going to be a lot of things going down. And when Drexel and I thank God for this, man, I promise you, man, for real, for real. And I want to also say delayed does not mean denied. I know people use that as like a little cliche, colloquialism. No, it when you are really true to the mission, a delay is not a denial. Because Drexel and I, it's a long time coming. I'm talking about something since 2012. We've been making sure, trying to figure out when it was going to happen, and here we are in 2025. And I was supposed to be somebody who was calling about some property. Look, you know what I'm saying? And that's how we picked up and got the conversation going again. And here we are, September the 27th at the Grandale Theater, promoting a great gospel musical, Volume One, The Book of Joel.
Look, I'm gonna say y'all can find it in the book of Joe. Look at this month. Well, look, I was just about to say let them know where they can find you, but you already hit it.
Yeah.
So my last question that I love to
Yes,
ask
sir.
all my guests: when it is all said and done, and you are long gone from this earth, what
Mm,
is it that you want the people to know about Joel P. King?
thank you, sir.
Mm,
That legacy is in community.
mm,
If I ain't got no community, nobody buying into the product,
mm,
buying into the purpose, then what we doing? The legacy is in community. So I want the community to get behind what we're doing. Tyler Perry didn't come overnight. Tyler Perry didn't
right,
he didn't become Tyler Perry just because he
right,
put plays up. He
right,
became Tyler Perry because the community got behind him.
right,
It's 2025 and people the thing that went around that helped build him is still the same thing. We got to get behind this black man. We got to get behind this black
right.
man. And I had a moment, Lacey. I said, you know what? I'm a black man too. So get behind me. Get behind me. If that's the story, I'm a black man too, y'all. So come on, community, help build this legacy. Something that's been in the making for over 2 decades. So let's make it happen.
Look at that. Then drop the mic right there. So
Man,
look,
drop.
September 27th, 3 p.m., the Grandale Theater. Great gospel music is going down. Get your tickets. It's only $45.
Only
And tell them
45
one more time, where can they get the tickets at, Joe?
on jpek.org. That's jpek.org.
Bars. All right, I
But
appreciate you, Joe. Look, we gonna collaborate on these films. You know, I'm writing directing.
Lacey, I'm
You
so
already know.
serious, man. You
I
let me
know.
know.
Let's get it. Hey, I'm gonna reach out to you too. I've been working on some greatness, so we gonna collaborate for sure.
Okay.
All right, you have a good day. I'll let y'all know what I drop. I'm trying to get this out in the St. Louis Argus real quick so we can promote this.
That's what's up, man. That's Mary Power, brother.
For sure. Have a good day, brother. I'll let you later.
You too. All right. Appreciate you.